Greetings, this is the instrument sidekick video for clarinet. Page 1818. Two more notes. Page 18, two more notes. Alright, so not only do we have two more notes here, you have information about white belt and yellow belt going on here, okay? So right here, it talks about white belt. When white belt is being able to play, having memorized 5 notes. So you have your E, D, and C already, and then now this page we're learning G and F. Now, you're learning this page now, and hopefully if you're using the video, you'll know your G and F, and you'll be able to test for it in your next lesson. If you learn this page in a lesson, do realize this has to be done from memory, and everybody can easily memorize what they just learned like 1 minute ago. So it will have to be done at the next lesson, okay? So it's always got to be at the next lesson after you've memorized this information. It can't be in the same lesson that you learn it. All right, so if you're looking ahead and using these videos, you might be able to do this in your next lesson. Tests are always in the lesson, okay? Either if they're in Zoom or in person, it's always got to be during a lesson. It can't just be any time that we see each other, okay? It can't be anytime, anywhere. It's got to be during that time that you test for your white belt. I'll simply call out different notes, and without needing to look up the fingerings, you need to be able to play them back for me. So if I say play a G, you play a G. If I say play an E, you play an E. And I'll test all 5 of the notes, and you need to be able to play them all back to me without needing to look up the fingerings, okay? So it has to be memorized 5 notes. Now, this page here is a yellow belt test page, so practicing all 3 of these songs, being able to play these songs, and me telling you that you can mark off the practice checks, which I'll talk about more in the time for practice page. That's the next one. After you've marked off all the practice checks for all 3 of these songs, that's also a yellow belt. So white belt is having the 5 notes memorized, and yellow belt is being able to test with all 3 of the songs that include all 5 of those notes. So these belts are basically my way of keeping track of your level, and these are like the important points that we test as we go along. So it's very similar to any kind of martial arts system. These belts are keeping track of your level, of where you're at. So the goal is to get that next belt. White belt first, then yellow belt. You certainly can't get yellow belt if you can't handle white belt, because yellow belt requires being able to play the 5 notes you need to memorize in the white belt in certain orders, okay? So, quickly, let's go over these 2 notes. A G says no fingers. So, it's actually kind of hard because you don't have your thumb down, you don't have your first finger down. You just have this thumb holding it up and your embouchure. Okay? On F is your thumb down only, so just your thumb, not the register key, so no above the break songs on this page, all right? So just the thumb. No first 3 fingers, definitely no register key. So G and F. And you still E, D, and C. You have G, F, E, D, C. Okay, so you have all 5 of those notes, and then you got to put them together and play these songs. I'm going to play each one of them, so you can hear what they sound like, and you can try and play along if you want, or you can just try and play them on your own. But here's what they sound like. So if you need to jump back in the video to hear these songs, jump to about 4 minutes in, okay? And we're going to start with Jingle Bells. So here we go, Jingle Bells. All right, usually the main problems on this one are the jump when you have to go from E to G to C. All right, that is a bit challenging for some, going from no fingers to all the fingers you need for C, and covering up all the holes at the same time is a bit challenging. And then the other thing that usually happens is people in that line where you have a bunch of Fs, I get a lot of people playing the wrong number of Fs and wrong number of Es, and that is important. You got to play the right number of the notes in the right order. So make sure that you're doing that. Then Good King Wenceslas. Wenceslas. That's how you pronounce that. Wenceslas. Good King Wenceslas. All right, and then dreidel, dreidel. Dreidel, dreidel has the mistake most people make is after some long notes, they forget the note that there's a note at the end of the line. So I get people that'll go G, E, G, E, G, E, and then they'll skip down to these two G's down here, rather realizing that after this long E, there's another E. So it's G, E, G, E, G, E, E, G, G, F, E, D, D, F, D, F, D, F, D, D, G, F, E, D, C. Okay? And then you got this word repeat. Now, hopefully you've learned from other music classes that repeat means you got to do the whole thing a second time. Only a second time, okay? So, dreidel, dreidel, to pass that, has to be done all 2 times. If you forget the repeat, you've only done half the song. And you can't pass a test with 50%, can you? So you definitely have to remember that repeat sign of anything. You can pass for a yellow belt making a few mistakes here and there, just like you can pass a test and have gotten 1 or 2 problems wrong, okay? But if you don't do the repeat, you've missed half the song. That's not good. So definitely make sure you do the repeat. Here's dreidel, dreidel. Okay, and a pause and you put it down. Good luck. Work on that as much as you can. And practice, practice, practice. See what you can do by memorizing your G's and your F's and your E's, D's, and C's for white belt. And being able to play all 3 of these songs, testing for each one for a yellow belt. Good luck. Practice, 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 and may